Thank you. So we started recording. Hi everyone, my name is Sam. I'm good to see you all once again. We're on day 3 of the AI immersion holiday study workshop and super excited to see you all today. Like the sticklers, the ones that are still here. I think on the first day we had about 140 people join the first stream. Second day we had about say 100-ish. Today it's about 43. I'm sure many people still join, and it's because of the holiday period, festivity all around, and taking time to rest. And yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the Google Gemini and the multimodal structure of the Google Gemini, called it the multimodal revolution, right? So on the first day of this session, we also talked about the Google Gemini. We taught you how to like set it up, how to set it up on AI Studio, how to do the Google Gemini API, collect the Google Gemini API, and how to get started. So obviously, I assume we've all been we've all watched that session. If you didn't participate, or if you participated, you've all got your environment running and you're good to go. So yeah, so that's the assumption I'm going into for this call. So if you are joining this call for the first time, the best way to catch up is to go back to our canvas. If you go to Slack, you'll be able to see our canvas. Go to our canvas, go look at the suggestion, the documentation. We also have a GitHub account, a GitHub page. You can go there to also pull out some repo and be a part of what we've done so far. It's just day 3, so you can still catch up on some of the conversation. Yeah, so I'm just going to run through AI Camp intro real quick and also do a quick house rules. Yeah, so just let me run through this very quickly. So AI Camp is a global AI developer community with about 400,000 AI developers in 150 plus countries. We empower every developer to learn and practice AI from anywhere at any time. Local communities in about 50 plus cities and 15 plus countries. We've got communities in North America, Seattle, San Francisco, New York City, Boston, Toronto, Chicago, Atlanta, Austin, and 20 other cities. In Europe, we've got chapters in London, Paris, Berlin, Tel Aviv, Madrid, Amsterdam, Dublin, Zurich. And in APAC region, we've got Bangalore, Hyderabad, New Delhi, Sydney, Melbourne, Singapore, and China. And yeah, how do you get involved in this community? So this is a community, everyone's input is accepted, everyone's input is welcome. So you can join a team of volunteers that set up events, that set up workshops like this. You can also submit topic to speak. Let's say you're working on an interesting project, you want the world to hear what you're saying. You feel free to submit a topic to your local AI Camp chapter, and you will be invited to like give a speech on your topic. You can also sponsor the meetups that we host. For example, in London, we host 2 meetups per month. So we try to host 2 meetups per month. So you can sponsor our venue, you can sponsor our pizza, or prizes for hackathons or other programs and activities that we do. We can also collaborate with your events. Let's say your company is running an event, or you're thinking of bringing developers together to learn, or to learn about the technology. We're happy to collaborate on events like that. So reach out, info@aicamp.ai. Our learning event, we do weekly learning events like this. We try to do a very using an inclusive time zone, like like this time, 9 a.m. PST, thereabout. And yeah, we also host in-person meetups and AI workshops. And this is the London team. That's me, Sam, David, Tibor, Subash, and Kevin. You definitely would have been seeing receiving support from everyone on the Slack channel, and this is their faces. Yeah. And next slide. The program overview. We've talked about this like times and times again. From the foundational implementation and mastery of LLM APIs, that's what we're trying to get at here. We want to give like a foundational knowledge of all of the popular LLMs out there. So we are not biased towards one LLM. So we pick up one LLM per day to be able to understand it. Tools we're using is Colab, Google Colab, Olama, Bedrock, Gemini, OpenAI, and IDX. And this session is supposed to be 30 minutes and hands-on practice and live coding. And yeah, so this is the roadmap. We're currently on day 3. That's multimodal, sorry. So today we're going to be talking about Gemini API. We're going to be using the API and using as an example, just as the same way we used AWS Bedrock on Saturday. Yeah. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about OpenAI. So OpenAI's ecosystem, the API integration, and the day after, not the day after that, on Thursday, that's the 2nd of January. We're going to be talking about Llama setup. That's Llama, and the model optimization and local deployment. So this is going to be deploying on your local host on your computer. So we're also going to be teaching prompting on day 6. Day 6 is an advanced class. But if you're following along, I think you should be able to catch up really well. So it's going to be mastering techniques and best practices on prompting. And day 7, we'll be doing a showcase. So housekeeping. Schedule starts at daily session start at 6 p.m. GMT, that's London time, and duration 30 minutes. Please arrive 5 minutes early. So tools we're going to be using: Google accounts, Python, Stack Workspace if you've joined already. And session is going to be a live demo, interactive Q&A, and some practice. So after the demo, we give you opportunity to ask questions. You come up on stage, ask questions, and we're able to answer your question live or during the chat. So yeah, another thing that is not on this deck, on this slide, is that we're doing a campaign, right? So the best participant or the best participant of this session. So what we're doing is that we're creating your task, your assignment, because we give out tasks every day. It's on the canvas. So you look at the canvas, you do the task. You can also join other attendees or other participants on Slack to work on the project together. So what we want to do is to create an accountability system where you can log your progress on a Google form. The form has been shared on the Slack group. I'm also going to share it on the chat as time goes by. So log your progress. As soon as you log your progress, we then at the end of the session we take a winner and we give out a gift to the winner. So we're also going to be picking a team. So if you're also working together as a team, like working on a project, you can also log the progress together, and that gives you a better chance at winning. So that's the housekeeping, and let's go quickly into the session for today. So today's session is a very interesting one, as it's more like it's a live demo that's been pre-recorded, right? So I'm going to play the live demo, and we are going to, you can put all of the questions in the chat board. We're going to answer all of the questions. We're just going to walk you through how the setup is like. And just give me 2 seconds and let me know when you can see my screen. Okay. So I'm going to go to full screen now.
Hello, hi, good morning or afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to day 3 of the AI Immersion Study Group. So if you've been following us, we've covered from day 1 in this roadmap here, a very tiny one that you can zoom in on the Slack channel and in the canvas right up here in the tab. We've covered day one, which is sort of the foundations, introduction to the study group. And we've gone through day two, which is about cloud AI and AWS. And today we're on day three, which we're going to cover Gemini and a bit of the multi-modal capabilities. Yeah. Apologies if there's some background sound. I've got the two little ones on me for today, and you know how it is like towards the holiday season. Okay, so just to recap for everyone who's joined us maybe today, we've gone through day one here. So if you go through the canvas, there are like some tasks that you can do. And we have all the recordings available with links over here. So if you click that, that will go right to the YouTube channel. So this is for day two. And today we're gonna go to day three. So for today, basically what we're gonna do is make an API key from the AI Studio to access Gemini, and then run some code to make API calls, and then also use the multi-modal capabilities. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm just gonna quickly show you AI Studio right here. So if you go to AIstudio.google.com, this is what you get. It's sort of a basic chat interface that what you like to see with Claude and ChatGPT is pretty similar really. But I do like AI Studio because you get to play a lot around with different models. So if you go to right here on the right, you get to see different models that you can choose. And it does give you sort of the characteristics, the parameters of each model, what's the latency like. For today, we're mainly using this one. It's a new model by Google. It's called Gemini 2 Flash. So it's quite a fast model, and it's got good capabilities across different ranges of tasks, from vision to text, and that's why they call it multi-modal, and also coding. So we're gonna test all of that out. And the good thing is, if you see down at the rate limit section, it's actually free while it's in the experimental stage. So it's a perfect time to be playing around with it. All right. But here, you know, if you're playing around with the AI Studio, you can sort of adjust how the model temperature is, and sort of the different tools that the model can access and so on. You can play around with this at your own time, and if you put in the on the chat, it's similar to how Claude and ChatGPT would like. So tell me about multi-modal AI. Okay, and that will run. So nice thing about Flash is it has really low latency, and I've been playing around with it really quite a lot and really enjoying it really. So for today, what you need to do is to go up to the top left hand corner right up there, and you see a button called Get API Key. All right, if you click this, and you go down to this one, this will give you your API key. So if you click this button here, you will come up with a box that says, okay, I'm generating an API key now. You may need to have a Google Cloud Console account, not too sure, but I believe you can just get logged in from here. So that will give you an API key right there. Okay, so what we need to do next is to go over to IDX and our GitHub repo to run the code. So keep your API key handy, don't reveal it to anyone. I'm not revealing mine either, and we'll carry on with this. So I'm gonna start up IDX. It is the first time I'm running IDX, so you get to see how it's set up and pretty much how you would see it. Okay, let's get on. Okay, so we go to import repo, and here we want the repo from the Slack channel. I can pull that up quickly. Yeah. So this one here, right? This one. So pop that into the repo here, and you can give it any workspace name. So it's pretty much similar to what we've been doing in day 2 as well with AWS, and what Tibor has demonstrated as well. It's basically the same process where you want to make the API key and then plug it into your secrets and then use the SDK to run the API calls. It's going to be really simple and sort of the same format for all the other days. I guess the nice thing about IDX is it's using VS Code under the hood, and it's got Gemini code as is integrated into it as well. So you get some sort of like Cursor AI like experience where you get code assist, code suggestions. You can ask it to explain what the code does, stuff like that. So it's really cool. Alternatively, you know, if you don't want to use IDEX, you can also run this code similarly on Colab, on your local as well. You know, anywhere where you feel really comfortable, really. Okay, I think we are nearly there. While we're waiting for this to load and stuff, you know, if you have any questions after this, please, you can use the Slack channel, chat among yourselves, help each other, troubleshoot, debug. I'll be on for a couple hours like after the meeting time, because we are in the GMT time, so we can help you out there. But yeah, okay, so we have the repo now. Today we'll be focusing on day 3. So if you go over to, you can zoom this a bit. To day 3 here. So what we're really interested is that we have put a readme for you that basically goes through the same steps that I'm gonna go through for the code. So if you do get lost, you can refer to that, but this will be just a direct hands-on demo and, you know, follow along, code along kind of thing. Alright, so we're most interested in this notebook here, which is the Gemini Multi-Modal Workshop notebook for day 3. And we're also going to be using this .env file, which is where you're going to put your API key. Okay, so if I open it up, it looks like this. So Google API key equals to here. So please replace this part with your API key from AI Studio. Alright, if not, the code won't run properly. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up the environment, make sure things can run. So this is the first time I'm using IDX. You need to set up the extensions, get Python installed and all that. So we're gonna run through that all together. Don't worry, it's not too bad. Please take a couple of minutes, but I'll show you on the fly. Alright, so what we're gonna do is first install the Jupyter extension. Okay, I think that's done. Superb. And we have Python installed as well. Excellent. Okay. So let's see how we can activate our Python environment. We use the recommended one, and this should work now. So first thing you need to do is install all the packages that we need. For this workshop, I can show it to you here. We're going to use these 5. So the main library that you want to use is the Google-Generative AI module, and Python.env is to load in the secret center, and these are to just show the pictures later on. Alright, yeah, so pretty simple. I'm gonna kick off this. So that will get all your packages installed. Let's give it a couple minutes. Sorry, that's my little man. So it's here, it's installing all the packages. Takes a couple of seconds, so about 17 seconds for me. Brilliant. And then next we're gonna run the next cell, just to make sure that all they are installed properly. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so at this juncture, before we load in the .env file here at the next line, please get your AI Studio API key again and then put it in. All right. So I'm gonna hide this for a while. So I'm just replacing my API key. Again, it's always a good idea not to reveal your API key online or anywhere, because if some unsavory people get hold of it, they can use your account. Alright. Go back. There we go. So I'll minimize that and we just focus on the code now. So I've saved my API key in the .env file now. So I'm gonna run this, and what this code block does is that we're getting the API key from the environment and then setting up the client with the API key. Yeah, we're gonna be connected now. So in the next code block, we specify the model that we want to use. So again, we said we're gonna use 2.0 Flash, and here we're gonna send it a simple prompt and see what it says. Okay, so here it says get the input, and I can say hi, please, hi, good morning, hope you are having a wonderful holiday season. Enter. So that's gonna send a message to me, and what does Gemini say? Thank you so much. So seems a pretty polite model. Here I got something fun as well. You can always change this prompt, but I'm gonna get Gemini to tell a joke. So this is a joke where we go like this. OpenAI, Gemini and Claude are in the plane. Let's see what it comes up with. Alright. So there we have it. It's pretty fast. It takes under 1 second, but you get to see the beginning shot, different instructions. Wow. I'll let you decide, whether you think that's a good one or not. Alright. I don't need this part. Moving on to the multi-modal section. So Gemini 2.0 is a multi-modal enabled LLM, so it can not only understand text to text, but it can also understand audio, it can understand images, it can understand video, and there is the image generation and video generation part as well, but that's on a whitelist at the moment. It is for selected people, so the API is not really mature for that, but the other API for classification, identification of audio or text works really well. And there is the live API as well, which is really cool. I'm sure you've seen like demos of it online. If not, can link it on the Slack. And what that does is Gemini 2.0 can look at what you're looking at on your screen and directly tell you, explain to you code that's on your screen, and you can speak to it. It will speak back to you. That's like one of the really awesome demos that I saw. But we won't go so far today. We're gonna be really simple. So for the first one, what we're gonna do is basically get Gemini to look at a picture from Wikipedia Commons and tell us what is this. All right, give us some captions for this image. Okay, let's run it. Yeah, my little man's really happy with that apparently. Okay, so it's done now. So here we have a picture of like a cat in snow background. Alright, so this is the captions for it.
There's a cat.
Yeah, it's a cat. So it says, Snowy Strat, Winter Kitty, or Curious in the Cold.
Kitty.
Yeah. um, yeah,
Kitty.
Kitty, yeah. So clearly the people quite happy with the caption.
Kitty.
It's Kitty, isn't it?
Kitty. Kitty.
Alright. Brilliant. And then there's another section where we can use another multimodal capability for Gemini, which is to generate code and also run the actual code. We can enable this by using this tools function here and go code execution. So you actually generate the Python code and run it and show the output as well. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna ask it for the sum of the first 50 prime numbers, and it's gonna explain to you, this is my plan, this is the code that I've written, and it's gonna list out the code. So this is the actual results that runs from the code itself. Okay, I'm not sure if it's like proper code. I think someone can look through this and try it on yourself just to validate. We can try it right now actually. I'm quite curious. Let's see. I'm not sure if this will work. Okay. So is prime and okay. No. I'm not sure whether this code actually works. So you really need to be careful when you're validating and looking at the code that it runs. But you know, I'll come back to it and have a better debug later on. Yeah, well, that's how it is with tech demos, isn't it? So yeah, that's it for today. Very simple. Basically what we did is go to AI Studio, have a look and play around with the console, understand the different models that are available on the AI Studio and Google. We use Gemini 2.0, test out some multi-modal capabilities, and we tested both image captioning and code generation. Yeah, so if you want to find out more, there's this website here, AI Google Dev. So this is where all the docs will be. So if you go down to here and docs or API reference, you get sort of all the example codes that you can use to extend and build different projects of your own. Yeah, okay, so great, really awesome, and thank you everyone for joining us on this 7-day AI immersion. Our next meeting will be tomorrow about 6 p.m. GMT time. That will be on OpenAI, so one of my colleagues will be taking up that. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, try to work through this on your own, look at the task on the canvas and try getting it locked in. If you have any questions, please post it in the chat. I gotta run. Alright, see you guys later.
Thank you, everyone. So sorry about the background noise. We had a lot of LLM assistant in the background assisting David. So thank you very much, David, for the presentation. So if you have any question, please raise your hand and we'll take your question one after the other. And we are also able to take your questions on the Slack channel. So you can also share your question on the Slack channel. So let me know if you have any question about um, the flow, the presentation you just watched. Let me see if anyone's hands raised. Um, no question. Any question? So I think because we've already we've shared a hint about Gemini on day one, like Gemini and AI Studio. So I think maybe many people would have gone to figure it out and how to set it up and how to like make it work, right? So it's very straightforward. You just connect it and connect your API key. And what we wanted to point out is just the multi-modality of Gemini, of the fact that we've been using text-based LLMs over since we started, but this is a multimodal LLM. So if there's no question, look, I see Vikash has his hands.
Hey, Grown, could we, this is just a suggestion. Is it possible to have one session on NVIDIA platform from invoking the NVIDIA services from IDX?
Um, that's not on our schedule for now, right? But
Maybe in future, yeah, maybe in future we can think about it. But may I ask, who's the question from? This is Subhash. So may I ask what is why you came up with this question? It's very interesting to see, but want to understand the background or context behind that, so we can work on that. If we can possibly, we can make it within upcoming session.
Yeah, I mean, I've been exploring all the platforms that is offering models. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about Google, you're talking about Meta, you already talked about Claude. Um, and NVIDIA seems to have a very good platform with a lot of hosted models.
Yeah.
And in my initiative, I need NVIDIA for some niche things that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, some an
Yeah.
exercise in that area, maybe jump start.
Excellent, excellent. So let me be open here. Like what we are trying to give here, the crux of how the model works in a different platform. NVIDIA is another thing. NVIDIA, what happens in NVIDIA is I had quite a bit of hands-on there, so I can tell about it. It's like more like an ecosystem you bring in. Okay, so here, if you see Google Gemini or Google AI Studio, you are bringing in the ecosystem. So it needs some time to set up. But if you can see that, because tomorrow's session is like more of the OpenAI, a local LLM and all these things, Llama. But I'm not very sure we can fit in over there, but that's a great point you brought in. Because NVIDIA, when you bring in NVIDIA, you have to bring in CUDA and a lot of other frameworks into the picture to make it work at some point. We can call
Right.
in the NVIDIA LLM. Specifically, NVIDIA has its own LLM, but you can call in that specific LLM. But end of the day, all the LLMs are kind of black box now. Some works in a better way. So you are using API to call anyways. It could be NVIDIA, or it could be Llama, or it could be OpenAI. So we will see what we can do tomorrow. Or it's not a confirmation, but we will see that what we can work on it. But thanks for bringing that point.
No, I appreciate that. As you said, it has a large ecosystem, and we cannot discount that. We have to count that the major players like Meta, Claude, and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah. The
So
purpose of
if at
this
all,
workshop. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
yeah.
The
No, no, I was
purpose of
just
this
saying,
workshop. purpose of this workshop is trying to, I was trying to answer like the purpose of this workshop is to give a vocabulary crux of what is what, so that we give an idea of what's happening in each and every ecosystem. So when you connect back with the use case, you take the same logics and you apply with the NVIDIA, but the naming matrix and everything will be different over a little bit. The frameworks and tool chains will be different, and how do you apply is different. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted. Sorry for that. Yeah.
No, Subhash, that is very informative. Thanks for entertaining the question. And if possible, I'll look for that tomorrow. Otherwise, I understand you already have a planned schedule.
Yeah, feel free to raise your questions on Slack. We are happy to answer. We have a good set of team, and we have good connects with kind of companies, so we can get back to you if you have any specific questions from AI Camp. Yeah.
Sure thing. I'll do that.
Yeah. Thanks.
I think we have one more question from Ajit.
Yeah, this is again a reiteration from the previous one. What is the reason behind this asking for NVIDIA encapsulation is we run models for our industrial IoT, and we may not have connectivity to the cloud because the machinery is running at a very high speed, and if any anomaly occurs, we want to catch it right away and control it, shut it down, or maybe slow it down, whatever. And that's where it is coming from. And that's one thing. The other thing is there are cases in our implementation where we want the response to be faster, like transcribing, then determining parameters and all that. And so there is a need for speed, and that's why we're saying where there is a need for speed, I want to do local acceleration. That's where this is coming, at least from my side. Okay, that just thought let you all know why we are asking, because I asked similar question yesterday as well, and Subhash said to contact him offline on Slack. I'll do that.
Yeah. Excellent. It's a very important point. I do work in a lot of large scale and small scale projects. So inferencing is a very important point, very important topic, other than responsible AI is most important. So that's where we are touching on the local llama tomorrow to give a sense of, because every participant here in this session comes from a different starting point. So we are trying to see that this is a very beginner level. So we give a crux of say. So yes, running locally makes you more inferencing, but again, it depends on the use case. We will see what we can cover up with the inferencing point of view tomorrow. If not, we can have a separate session, maybe like how it works. We'll see it and we'll have it accordingly. Yeah, happy to help. Yeah.
I think we've got the last question, the final question from Ban Lee.
Hey, hi guys. Got a simple question. I'm trying to run the day 3 Gemini multimodal Jupyter notebook, and it keeps telling me that I need to pip install the IPY kernel. So any pointers onto where I can go and get the instructions to do so?
Okay, Sam. Sorry, Sam. I'm just taking a couple of questions here to free up you. So you can focus on what's happening in the chat. So Ryan, right? Who was that? Sorry, I missed the name. Anyways,
Barney.
Barney. Okay. So I mean, I'm not sure what's the contest you're running all your setup. Okay. Can you post in a group, like bring it to the group channel like we have in the Slack, post your error from where you're getting the error, give more context like where you're actually running. So it would help us, like if maybe not me, but somebody else in the group would have the same issue, can answer, or we will figure it out as a group. Happy to help out there. Yeah.
No, there is a requirements file that has, I think, an IP kernel. So maybe that he hasn't run the pip install with that requirement.txt.
Yeah, could be. That could be the one. Yeah. Thanks, Ajit.
Sure.
I said that was the final question, but I'll take one more question. Then we'll end the call.
Patel, right?
I
Yes.
think that's yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Patel. Yep.
Yeah. question like yesterday lab I used git import right through IDX. Again, I have to do today. Again, I have to import IDX, right? Why I have to do yesterday and today? I can. Is it a way you can update the same IDX with all the training day 2, day 3? But
Okay.
if you go to yesterday day 2, right? My all the if you do anything, if you do me import, my yesterday works, everything is gone, right?
There should be an option. I haven't tried this one specifically, but Tibor or Sam, if you haven't, feel free to, if David. Um, you're saying that yesterday we were running in AWS or a thing. If you do it with Gemini, Google now, it's getting appended, right? The data is gone. Is my understanding right?
No, yeah, my Git I import again, right? GitHub.
Uh-huh.
So my old one is still there, but I have to go back to different one. Can I update same what do you call it, Explorer? What do you call it? If you go IDX, right?
Same IDX. You want to use the same IDX template for the 3
Yeah,
models.
yeah. Next day 4 also, I don't want to do import again. I go on day 4 and refresh, automatically download all the environment, get all the latest stuff, right? Is possible or not? Again, tomorrow I have to go back and IDX and import again.
IDX allows you to create 5 instances for free, right? It allows you to create up to five different instances. So that's why we're using IDX to be able to, allow for that all of the models we're going to be talking about, we just put them on IDX, like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. So that way you should be good to go. But if you're talking about maybe you want to merge all of the models into one one template,
yes,
I can get back to you on that. I definitely have to go read on that because or if Tibor can answer that, maybe.
I think Sam, a question here regarding that one. What Shantaram is asking is, instead of having 5 instances, you concatenate the next days so that you'll always have the updated one. Now, if I can't delete one, so the total is 5, right?
Yeah, the portal gives you 5, allows you open 5 instances, at least 5 instances. Yeah, 5 instances.
But I delete day 1, then I can still get day 6 as well.
Yes.
Okay.
You can do that. Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, and we only doing 5 because day 1 was like intro to foundational model, so we didn't do any model specifically on day 1. So we started day 2, day 3. So I think day 2 we did AWS Bedrock and Cloud. Yeah. So yeah, you should capture everything with 5 instances. You'll be fine.
Now, my other question, why not to release all the training day 5, day 6, day 7, then I can import everything one IDX, then I can use tomorrow I can go day 5. I don't need to go back to IDX and import again, right? I save my time and save my history also. Go back, day 2 I done this one. Day 3 I done all this stuff, right? Day 4 done all this stuff, then I can download all this stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like once you've saved the instance, like it's there. You just go back there to once your API key is connected, it's still there, right? What I thought you said was that you want to add all of the models together on one instance,
yes.
right? And I said I was going to get back to you on that.
Okay.
Let's see how that works. Yeah. Are there any other questions? Anyone with any questions before we call it a day?
I have other question. Yesterday I'm trying with the cloud, right? Sonnet, that works fine. If you use cloud Sonnet with the Hiku or the Hiku, the other one, you say through error saying inference, you need to enable all the inference on it. I don't know what is inference in Bedrock.
Okay.
Bedrock.
Okay, I think you had to revisit the basics there. Inference is a very basic thing of that. So it's super easy, but go and check. You can easily find it out. So I'm leaving it space here. So let people go back and find inferencing. Inferencing is a very important topic. If I understand correctly your question, inferencing is a very important topic. You can find it, just try to find it out. We can connect back tomorrow on the call or on the slide. Okay.
Okay.
I want to leave a space here so everybody goes and find back what's inferencing. I don't want to answer it. And Claude, Sonnet, or Haiku, all these are model flavors. Okay. Android 5.1, 6.1, something like that, or Strawberry kind, or ChatGPT callers like. So these depends on your use case. So you can pick anyone for your use case, for your playground, because everything we are doing here is a kind of toy kind of environment, but we have to get this into an idea first before getting to the real production. So now we are learning the basics. So it's okay to pick any LLM model at this point.
Okay. Yeah, are you saying I have to go to Bedrock and enable something, inference something, work?
Yeah, if you don't have, yeah, there is a, by default, it should be there. If not, you have to enable those inferencing point, because if you're accessing from different region, if I know correctly, because I was explaining to someone this morning, Shamal. So you have to go there and you have to enable the permissions for you to access. So there are certain steps you have to do.
Yeah, that's what I already did. I know I done US East one, just all the enable. Okay.
Yeah.
And I had to go back again.
Yeah, because every region, there is this region-specific LLM access is there in Bedrock, if I understand that correctly. So you have to make sure that you have that permission to go and make the access and consume that LLM via Bedrock APIs. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bosh.
Yeah, perfect.
Any more questions? Okay, so if there's no other question, tomorrow we're going to be talking about the OpenAI ecosystem, and I think that's the last day for cloud LLMs. So tomorrow is the last day for cloud LLMs. So we're going to be talking about OpenAI ecosystem. Then on day 5, so day 5 falls on the 2nd of January. So on the 1st of January, we have no class on the 1st of January. So there's no class or there's no session on the 1st of January. So the next session is on the 2nd of January. So that's been updated on your calendar. Just follow your calendar. If you have any question, put it on the Slack channel. We're happy to answer. Even if you have a question on the 1st of January, right? We're happy to answer, right? So also, it's important to note that when I say 1st of January, I mean, because there's definitely time zone issue. Yeah, there's a time zone issue. So when I say 1st of January, I mean 6 p.m. GMT. I mean GMT time zone, right? So for example, tomorrow session might be maybe 1st of January for some people. I don't know, but tomorrow is 6 p.m. GMT as always, and we're talking about OpenAI ecosystem. And on the 2nd of January, 6 p.m. GMT, we're going to be talking about a local LLM. So those are the LLMs that are not cloud-based that you can install. Open source LLM. I think that's the best categorization. And hope to see you. We're going to drop the we're going to drop the repo, everything on the canvas. So look out for the information on Slack, and I think we're good to go. Yeah. Subhash, do you have anything else to add?
No, I just want to say that I will be conducting a session on last session, like prompting is very important, and team will be working towards the next session on the local LLM. So in short, we have done what we have seen, what are there in the cloud, how AWS is doing, how Google is doing from their services point of view, how we can do with Google and AWS. Going forward, the next session, you'll be focusing on simple setup. How do you use Llama from Meta to do the same thing in a different way? So let's join together on the next session. And also the prompt engineering, the last before session is also very important, because prompt engineering is a very important topic. How smart you are, how smart the AI is, depends on what kind of prompt you use. So it's a very important session. And the last is a demo. So kind of you can bring all together the last session. So to sum up what Sam said, I'm repeating in a different words. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your morning, the rest of your day, and see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.